This video is brought to you by the EA Game Changers program. Hi guys, it's Kai here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a build. I literally forgot what I was about to say. This is for Eco Lifestyle, and I swear I keep almost saying Eco Living, and I know I'm not the only one. I like the name Eco Lifestyle, but for whatever reason, Eco Living just wants to roll off the tongue. But I did a build here, and it is what I'm calling an eco-industrial build. So it is actually an eco-friendly house. Like if you were to place this down and you have eco lifestyle, it will be more on the eco side. It's not going to count towards industrial or anything. Anything or everything that I used is either neutral or on the eco-friendly side, or eco footprint green, I think is what they call it. Also, this is a house that I pre-built the shell of to make this video a little bit shorter. I don't know if you guys like that or don't like that, where you don't see me build the shell, you can let me know. But I just wanted to make it a little bit quicker because the time that I had with this pack before it releases was very slim. So I wanted to get done as quick as possible so that you guys could see some content before deciding to buy or deciding to not buy. The whole reason of me releasing videos earlier than release for you guys is to show you the content and tell you, or not tell you, but just show it to you and help you decide whether or not you want to purchase it. That's the whole point of this. And what I can say, even though we're only literally like a minute and a half into this, is I would honestly recommend this pack to anyone and everyone. I think it is as game-changing as Seasons was. And I know that probably sounds like a bold statement if you don't know anything about this pack, but just from me building, and I played through the gameplay for about 2.5 hours, and honestly with the gameplay, I barely even scratched the surface. Barely even scratched the surface. There's so much more for me to explore gameplay-wise, but I played for about 2.5 hours and just barely even touched it. I 100% would recommend this pack to everyone. It is one of those packs where first of all, the items are beautiful and fantastic, and they will go with anything. Oh, and also this build is a base game and eco lifestyle only build. So it literally is only base game and eco lifestyle, and I still think it looks damn near just as good as all my other builds. So if that's not saying something about the build by items, I don't know what does. But what was I saying? Oh, it is on par to me with Seasons in how it changes your day-to-day Sims life. And those are the kind of packs and gameplay and items that I know us Simmers are looking for. They're the things that it makes a huge difference in how we play the game, and it also makes a huge difference in the longevity of the pack. This is not like Strangerville, where you play through the storyline once and then you're kind of over it or annoyed by it. This is something that you can continuously keep playing with, exploring different routes, because there is, I think, 2 new careers. Well, technically there's the freelancer and then there's the civil designer one, so technically 2 new careers. But just all of the gameplay that can come along with it, and the fact that this affects every world except for vacation worlds, which again makes sense, but just the fact that it affects everything, it's one of those packs that I do think is worth the $40 price tag. Honestly, I think it is something that you will play with over and over and over again. There are things in it that you're just going to use every day in your Sims life and maybe not even realize it, but it has such a huge impact, and I'm obsessed with it. Okay, but that's enough about me promoting it. Let's talk about our build here. I did struggle a little bit with the windows, and the reason being, not because I don't love the windows. I do love the windows that came with this pack. I struggled because I wanted different, or well, not different. I wanted more horizontal windows. I feel like we got a ton of big blocky vertical windows, but only, I think, 1 horizontal one pretty much. And that little box bay window is gorgeous, by the way. I use it like 3 times in this build. I love it. But we only got like 1 horizontal one, and it made it a little bit difficult. I mean, I made it work in the end, but also the fact that but I decided to only do base game and eco lifestyle just made it a little bit more difficult for me to try and find certain things. Oh, and ladders. You saw me put the ladder in. The only reason I thought about it is because it's right there. Ladders are in. Ladders came with the base game patch, but you get an extra different ladder with eco lifestyle, and that's the one I used in this build here. What else is there? I mean, there's a ton. I'm just drawing a blank right now because I'm really bad at remembering things and I didn't take notes. But there's so many things. Oh, there was a whole update to Off the Grid, which I did get a request to do an Off the Grid build. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. because the new off the I almost said off the grid updates. Whew, that's hard. It's what we should have had in the first place, if I'm being honest. It really is. They made it to where, first of all, we have these dew collectors, but you can also collect water from like actual water resources. So if you're in a world that has, let's say Willow Creek, for example, that like river that runs through, if you're in a lot that has access to that river, you can actually like get a bucket of water and take it back to your home and use it. And I think that's great. There is some like weird cooldown with it, but that's kind of besides the point. It's something that can be fixed, but that's something that should have been in from the get-go. And there's also a new off-the-grid subtype or subsection in build by mode, so you know what works with off-the-grid and what doesn't. And they've updated items so that more of them are in there. What else is there? Oh, with the whole solar panels. So even if you're off the grid, you could still have power because you have solar panels. You have a wind turbine, which I put one of them on this roof and use the solar panels. Oh, and I use the solar tiles on the roof. So all of that is going to be generating power for you. So even if you're off the grid, you can power some of your stuff. So just because you're off the grid doesn't mean you're living in the dark. And I think that's a huge thing that people were looking for, is some way to generate power without, you know, like I said, it's not like you're living in the Stone Ages when you're off the grid. It just means that you're sustaining your own area. So I think the things that came with this pack and the things that came with the update just really solidifies that and makes it way more playable for people who are interested in that. And I think that's fantastic. But going back to these box windows, as soon as I saw them, I was like, I'm putting plants in them. I want to put plants in these windows, and I really hope I could. And I was able to do that pretty easily, actually. I did, you saw, I had to kind of turn my camera to go to the outside so that I could put them from outside in, because if you're sitting inside and trying to put them in there, they don't sit all the way back. Also, they don't slot in there on their own, so you have to kind of force it, but it works pretty well. And you just use the 0 and 9 keys. That's how you raise up and lower items. So there's that. Let's see, what else is there? I did struggle with some of like the wallpaperings. I like them, but they're not my style. I'll put it that way. Everything is plaster, which isn't me. I like the more like painted look, but it's okay. I think honestly it worked very well for this build, so I'm pretty happy with that, but it's just not my style. The flooring, however, that big hexagon flooring, oh my god, that is probably my new favorite type of flooring. I absolutely love it. It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. The new, the wood floor, I mean, it's not bad. Let me put it this way. It's not bad, but the reason I'm kind of iffy on it is because I feel like we already have things that look like it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of impartial. But then again, how many different wood floorings can one have? Especially for me, I have all the packs, so it's like, I didn't need that. But I do have to think of it from like an outside perspective, where not everyone has every pack, so it is good for each pack to have some different, or not different, but like kind of, and I don't want to say repetitive, but similar options to other packs, because if you have this pack and not another pack that has that wood flooring, now you have the wood flooring. It is slightly different from the other wood floorings, but not enough to where I can justify having it for me, but for other people I can see how it's worth it for sure. There was no new carpet, which I thought was interesting. I mean, it's not really interesting, I guess, when you think about it, because most of our packs don't come with carpet. I feel like we need more flooring and wallpaper options. I feel like we need a lot more options of just certain like random little things. Like, we did get more curtains though. I am always a person for curtains. Need more curtains, would love more carpets. And by more carpets, I really just mean more swatches. I mean, they gave us more swatches in an update once. I feel like they should do it again. Just more colors, please, more colors. I would love more wallpaper color options as well, but that's besides the point. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, I did fully stock this house with all of the new maker items. So the recycler is there, the what is it called? The fabricator is there, the candle making thing is there, and the juice fizzer is there. And that's also why I put the little bug things down and the vertical gardens. That way you could grow like soy plants if you want to make the candles. You can also have the bugs if you want to use it for fuel for anything. I have the dew collectors so that you can work on your water bills, things like that. I will say, I thought I heard that these solar panels will sometimes break and you need to get up there to repair them. I did not put a way to access those solar panels on the roof. I was going to put a ladder up there, but then I realized a ladder means a hole in the ceiling and that the whole second floor, or at least the hallway of the second floor, would be open to weather. And that didn't make sense. So I just didn't put a ladder up there. If that's a problem, I am so sorry. I don't know if those solar panels actually do break or not, but I tried. You could just also get rid of the solar panels because, like I said, the top of these roofs are the solar ones, so they do generate power, and I think that's really cool. And just real quick before I have to stop talking here, the new bills information update is super helpful because you can see how much power and water you're generating, how much you owe because of them, if there's any other tax breaks, because there's a few wallpapers and floorings that offer either a bill spike or a bill reduction, and I think that is really cool. It's all these little details that are going to make your game just so much better, and why I highly recommend you get this. And also, I do have a kind of a mini let's play coming out on this. I'm trying to turn the entire world into a smog world because I want to see how difficult and how quickly I can do it. But I am also debating doing a bigger, more in-depth LP on then taking that smog world and turning it back to normal, and then also the eco-friendly version of it. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video here. If you could like or dislike this video or comment and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, anyways, have a life, happy time zone, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!